President Trump came here to McAllen, Texas today to make the case for why a border wall is an urgent national priority. He spoke surrounded by contraband, including guns that Border Patrol says were seized from legal ports of entry, undermining the argument he came here to make.
They come across the border, and it's a bad thing. And they drive. They just go where there's no security, where you don't even know the difference between Mexico and the United States.
If there ever was a place that might help make that point, it's a few hundred yards behind me, in the Mexican city of Reynosa, with a population of 600,000 people and a spot on the Mexican government's list of its 50 most murderous cities. The State Department judges the area to be as dangerous as Iraq, Afghanistan, and North Korea.
I assure you that.
Reynosa Mayor Maki Ortiz says that her city is much safer than that, and she likes to point out that it's still a place where foreign companies build their factories, employing tens of thousands of people.
Nosotros no negamos que hay violencia, pero la enfrentamos. No con una pared, porque esa pared que está queriendo construir el presidente Trump no tiene utilidad. Hay otras formas que son más realistas, como el que tengan mayores recursos humanos para que cuiden la frontera, como que haya tecnología, detección infrarroja, térmica. La solución es la pared que estamos nosotros construyendo aquí en Reynosa, que se llama trabajo y se llama educación.
Does it frustrate you the way that he talks about your city, about the wall?
Lo que me inquieta es la ignorancia de las soluciones. Somos fronterizos. Nos encanta el rock y los mariachis, los tacos y las hamburguesas. Nuestras familias viven de un lado y del otro. Entonces, esa es nuestra realidad. Y generamos riqueza para Estados Unidos y generamos riqueza para México en nuestra frontera.
The funny thing is, McAllen Mayor Jim Darling feels exactly the same way.
We're sister cities, number one. But number two, we have friends, a lot of relatives from our people live in Reynosa. We have 10,000 people every day walk across the bridge. We never thought of the border as a real challenge. It's been an advantage to us. There's a lot of relationships. What happens in Mexico, a downturn in the economy in Mexico, affects us. And we feel it directly.
One of the things the president is making a point of is that you have a lot of violence in Mexico, including right over the border. He says it's seeping into America. Does it feel that way here in McAllen?
You know, there's no question that there's violence in Mexico, but it hasn't seeped across. We are the safest city in the state of Texas. According to FBI statistics, we're the 7th safest city in the United States. And the rest of the country doesn't know that.
Is there a crisis here in McAllen?
No. You know, it's business as usual for us.
Border cities like McAllen know exactly how big of a problem issues like crime and illegal immigration are. And they also know how important it is to their economy to have a good relationship with their neighbors in Mexico, like Reynosa.
Traditionally, we've been the largest per capita sales tax collector in the state because almost 40% of our sales tax comes out of Mexico. And so that's really been beneficial for us in the last 4 or 5 years with rhetoric. When the president said the Mexicans are going to pay for the wall, we felt that. We felt that economically, actually.
That hurt you?
That hurt us. And I wrote the president and said, you know, when you say that, we're Americans too, and that's hurting Americans, that kind of rhetoric, because I didn't think he expected it. That was kind of a political discussion. All that's a combination that affects us directly in a real monetary fashion. We have stores closed, for instance, based on some of those factors. And so it's important that we recognize, and you do in Washington, it may be a remark that actually has ramifications in other parts of the country.